Men and women are men,
Sons and daughters.
sons and daughters and cousins and uncles and nephews, all serving around the world, but namely, we're broadcasting from Guam. This is your host, Johnny, and we have to my left,
Bobby.
Charlie.
in the DJ's office,
Reese.
Reese, and a special guest today who brings back a lot of fond memories, Mr. Joe Rios.
Hoffaday.
Welcome
Good
to the
morning.
show, Joe.
All right. it's good to be
Welcome,
here.
welcome, Joe.
Thank you very much.
Let's share that and it's always good to have a full house,
Right?
Yes,
right? I mean,
Yeah.
love it.
between the four, we'll definitely have a lot of stuff to talk about, right?
Yes, we will. And Joe represents an event that's so dear and close to me, the 9/11 event that happened 24 years ago. Joe, you got something you want to let us know about?
Yeah, thank you very much, Johnny. You know, the Rotary Club of Northern Guam has a peace memorial over at Two Lovers Point. Every year for the past, I believe, maybe 10 or 11 years now, that we've had a wreath laying ceremony in commemoration of the 9/11 tragic events, and then, of course, Patriot Day, National Remembrance Day as well. And every year we invite military leadership, we invite government leadership to attend our ceremony, and it provides for the Rotary Club to share the event 9/11. We have a monument that really was built to include the icons of 9/11, and it's a beautiful monument up at Two Lovers Point that we're so proud of. The Rotary Club had taken so many years to build, and we're just so happy and always look forward every year to our wreath laying ceremony.
When did you guys complete the monument?
You know, we completed it back, I think, in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
2011.
Yeah, we built it. We started in 2000. And
Really?
Yeah, we started in 2000, and it was just a peace memorial.
Right.
And it was just the shape of the latte stone. It was in granite, and it was going to, because we wanted to dedicate Guam as a Rotary Peace Island, and and when 9/11, the tragic event of 9/11 occurred, then the club decided that we'll include elements of 9/11 because Rotary is always about one of the elements is to focus on peace, and that's what we wanted to do way back when. So it took us several years to fundraise, to get all the money together to build the granite floor, to erect the monument, to clear the land. It was so gracious of Two Lovers Point to dedicate that property for us to build that monument back then.
Nice.
Yeah. So then we're so proud of something that we have today.
Yeah.
Well,
I've
this-
never seen it. I'd like to.
I
go
never
there.
have
yeah,
either.
it's beautiful.
And the significance to me, that was a very solemn day when I woke up at 0400, and I got a call from our cousin Liz.
No, it was Therese. Actually, it was in the evening when we knew about
Yeah, it was.
the planes crashing into the tower.
Was it in the evening?
Yeah, it was in the
Yeah.
evening. It was in our time. It was like 10 o'clock at
It was.
night.
Yes.
Oh,
when-
yeah.
Yeah,
When
it
we
was.
finally started watching it on TV.
She woke up
Yeah.
when we were calling. She says, "Turn on CNN. Turn on CNN."
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And then it
Says,
came up the
we're
words.
at war.
The
you know,
words on
it's-
TV, "America under attack," and I thought,
Yeah.
"What is going on?" I was a firefighter. I just gotten out of the
Oh,
fire
wow.
department,
Okay.
the federal fire department, and I had all my bunker gear, and I saw the destruction and everything, and I said, "Honey, book me a flight to New York. I gotta help the brothers."
Wow.
I was
And-
ready to roll.
And you know what? That was before we had, WhatsApp or any type
Yeah.
of messenger, right?
right?
So
Yeah.
the news
Yeah.
that traveled was either through the phone or TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Imagine if we had. I mean, imagine how the news would have spread. I mean, it would have been like
Yeah.
wildfire. But
It-
but if you haven't had the opportunity to go up and check out the monument, it's absolutely beautiful. And you know what? It's actually restored as well because of Mawar. It
Yeah.
was damaged. So
took a hit, huh?
it took a hit. Yeah. And you have. I think we still have the ability. I think through the Rotary Club, you still have the ability to actually purchase bricks.
Yeah. Yeah. we do.
And so when you get there, you'll see bricks that are, in honor of whoever your family or whoever you want to donate the
Yeah,
brick
that's
for.
like the Gold Star family when we put up the monument
Okay.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had
That
bricks,
you could
yeah.
purchase bricks with your
Yeah.
name inscribed and
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
And that was a good. It was good. Everybody contributed to that, and that made the monument successful. And it was made the creativity of it really nice.
Yeah, I mean it's very similar to the Gold Star bricks that you have
Right.
installed, and so we have the same thing on the floor that's surrounding the granite. And
Nice.
when you look at the monument, you'll have the Twin Towers. You'll see the shape of the Laddie Stone, and then on the granite floor we've etched Pentagon and the forests of Pennsylvania. So you'll be able to see that, and then of course that is surrounded by the bricks that Charlie was talking about. And
You know, I'm
all that.
surprised
Yeah.
that this administration or the past 10 administrations never gave significance to 9/11. They actually, but it took a private entity like Rotary significant to come up with this, and then you had to look for sponsors to help you get this. But as far as I'm concerned, this is another blemish on. I mean, we didn't lose but one or two Chamorros in that melee, right? I think there was one or two Guamanians.
I'm not sure.
There were a handful. However, there were a lot of Guam brothers and sisters that joined the military that probably served in enduring freedom or
Right.
Right
right,
afterwards.
yeah,
Right
so-
afterward. The effect was
yeah,
enormous.
definitely, yeah.
And in fact, the aviation industry,
Yeah.
I was ready to fly out. Bobby was ready to book me, and I was going to take off to New York or Washington, D.C., or wherever they needed extra hands.
Yeah.
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 But all
But
those
you-
flights
you
were
gotta
at a
fly out.
standstill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Fly out.
similar.
For
So,
like a week almost, I think.
similar
Like-
to when something tragic happens here. There are folks on the mainland or across the world ready to pack up and help here. Especially
Oh,
when
yeah.
there's something devastating. So, I think that esprit de corps is like across the board, not only with the military but also with the first responders.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And you will see if in the ceremony, which I've had the honor of flying the drone, so we capture in video as the motorcycle as the motorcycle
Entourage.
comes in,
Yeah.
and then you hear the fire trucks coming in, and you can hear them all the way from a distance. They're revving up the sirens, and it's almost like look, I already have
Yeah.
goosebumps just kind of thinking about it, because if you can just kind of put your mind, close your eyes, and you just kind of listen to that, the roar, and then the sirens, it kind of puts you in a sort of in this vibe that you could feel what everybody's gone through.
So you completed the monument
Yeah.
actually about 10 years ago?
Yeah.
And
That's
it's
right.
only now that I heard, well, I heard you yesterday on the radio, the
Yeah.
Cop Talk,
Yes, I was. Yeah.
and I said, well, where have these guys been hiding? How come there's nothing out there saying, hey, we want to
Yeah.
commemorate
and
such a significant day?
yeah, and I would just love to really share the moment. And for all these years that we've planned the ceremony, it's really about capacity to hold and to entertain and to host, actually.
Right.
Northern Guam Rotary Club has 23 members, and for us to
Yeah, you're not a
organize
big
this event,
organization.
we're not a big, we're not that size club. And for us to organize an event to open it up to the public, we want to be able to have like 10, 15, 20 canopies.
Right.
We wanted to have more than 100 chairs. We want to have transportation from the parking field in the bottom to transport to accessible parking and accessible, areas to attend the event. And we're only able to, to get canopies that were donated by, the Dededo Mayor's Office, Barragata Mayor's Office, Twinning Mayor's Office to help us out with that, right?
Yeah.
So
I was just going to ask
Yeah,
whether
so-
you are connected with the mayor's office.
Yeah,
so
we're
with chairs and canopies.
chairs and canopies, right?
Yeah.
So we're a northern club, so we asked the northern, villages to help
districts,
us out, and for us to, to really open it up, we're worried about capacity, and we're worried about, are we going to be a good host if 300 people show up and we're not able to handle that? Yeah.
Well, that's a shame, because the biggest organization that ever got affected from 9/11 are the vets.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had the highest
and the-
recruitment
and the
date
first
afterwards.
responders. Yeah.
Kids were lining up to sign up, and the thing of it was, what came out of 9/11. You look at our National Guard, our reserves,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
even our enrollment as far as recruitment,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sky high. So your efforts to glorify this thing, and it's a glorification, is what you're doing. It should have been noticeable to the public, made noticeable. If anything, through these nonprofit local, nonprofit military organizations, veterans organizations, to help you get chairs, to help you get canopies, to help you organize, because they know how to organize things
Yeah.
too.
Let's get Tom on the line since he was there when
Yeah.
this happened.
We got a caller.
Yeah.
All right,
let's,
awesome.
let's get
Tom, are
on.
you there?
Yes, Johnny. How are you?
Ah, you sound that so eloquently.
Well, yes, you look fantastic on YouTube,
Right here.
but Bobby looks better.
Oh,
Of course.
thanks, Tom.
Of course.
They're matching with the scarf. Your scarf matches her shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the same color all the time. It's red, right?
Because I'm zippy.
You're zippy, all right.
So, Tom, we have
Yes.
John Rios here, and we were talking about 9/11.
Yeah.
Want to share your story?
Well, I was there. I was in number 1 tower on the 8th floor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, and people don't realize, the average person doesn't realize that the World Trade Center was bombed once before
Yeah, from below.
from below. It was bombed in their in-ground parking lot.
Yeah.
And it took out the parking lot. It killed the security guard in the parking lot. So when they finished rebuilding it, blah, 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 they had drills. And everybody was told if the lights go on and off, the red lights, you to vacate the building and go home. Vacate the building as best you can and go home and call a central phone number to say where you worked, where you were, blah, 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 and that you're physically, alive.
Okay.
So it's actually a good game plan. There wasn't as much chaos as what people think, unless you're above, where the airplanes hit.
Right.
And everybody, and you know how people gather, they want to see what's going on. But most of the people just left. They went home and they called the phone number. And that's what I did. I mean, when the first building went down, I was in Staten Island. I was actually, of course, in Staten Island on my way home. And then I called the phone number and I told them, so-and-so, so-and-so, and so-and-so.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah. And for about, I would say about 4 days, in New York City, you couldn't, no one could come into New York City. They closed the city down. If you were in the city, you could leave New York City, but you couldn't come into the city. And then when they started to get food shortages and problems, then they gradually started to let, traffic in, cargo deliveries in. But for the first, let's say 2 or 3 days, you could get out, but nothing was coming in. They embargoed any travel into New York City itself. Yeah, and you could understand that. But it wasn't panic. It was, people just knew what to do. They knew how to do it. And, it's one of those things. But to tell you a crazy story, here in Guam, in Senator Bond's office. Now, Johnny, you remember Art Mesa?
Oh, yeah. I know.
Right. Do you know what Art Mesa and I had in Senator Bond's office?
I give up.
Charlie, are you listening?
Yes.
We had a body bag.
What the heck were you doing with the body bag?
That's a very good question. I'm glad you asked. We had it on display. And above the body bag, we had Osama bin Laden's name.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
my
And we-
God.
Okay.
And we told everybody, when they kill that
S.
SOB, we'll take the body bag out. But when people walked into, the senator's office, they saw the body bag.
Wow.
And they were sort of afraid to go over there and talk to us because they said, "Are these two guys nuts?" And and the staff were used to us. No, they mean this. They mean it. When they take him out, they'll remove the body bag, and we had the body bag displayed. So anytime somebody would come in to visit, they had to walk past the body bag with Osama bin Laden's name.
So you had it there for a year and a half till he was captured and shot.
So he was killed.
That's what I said. Captured and shot.
Well,
shot and
we
captured.
wanted him dead. We didn't want him captured. We wanted him dead.
Yeah.
We were not politically correct. We didn't care. We wanted him dead.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
Tom, you left the tower before it was hit by
Collapsed.
the plane?
No, I left when the first one was hit.
Oh, you left when the first
Yeah.
one was hit.
And that was
Yeah,
the,
I was out of the
tower.
building probably less than 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
okay. All right.
So
On my
you
way
guys on
home.
the
You're not going to
lower
tell me
floor.
I'm out of here. I've seen incoming from all over the place in my life.
Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, yes
Yeah.
you have.
But we knew
Wow.
originally people thought it was an accident. The plane just crashed into. But once the second plane hit, you knew there was something going on. There was a hint that this is not normal. You don't get two planes crashing into a building.
Right.
Yep.
And we knew since the first time when they bombed the parking lot downstairs, underground parking lot, we knew we just had to get out. It just the way it was.
Okay, well, Tom,
Wow.
enough on that. What else you got for us since you're down at the legislature?
Oh, well, the legislature today we're talking about the override and talking about the money that they don't have and so on and so forth, the GBT and this and that. My concern is what are they going to do with that veteran cemetery?
Oh, we got that covered. The commission's got that. We got that
Yeah,
all
right.
covered now. You
Yeah,
just-
yeah. If I wait for the commission, I'd be a young man again. You know what I'm saying?
yes, you would be.
Take that.
Yeah.
You can take that to the
Yeah,
bank,
I mean-
Tom.
Yeah.
You can
take
take that
yeah,
to
Take
the
it to
bank.
the bank.
Commission says a lot of things, but on Guam, it's money. Money talks.
Well, we
And
got
when you
we
you
got
know-
we got a scheduled task force meeting tomorrow. We'll see what the rudimentary feeling is with all these nonprofit local veterans organizations if they show
Well,
up.
right, but the idea is to fix that cemetery to expand it. You need $15 million. What happened to the $15 million you're supposed to get? Right, John?
What happened to the $6 billion that hit the island after PUA and all this
Right.
COVID
but we
and
were
everything?
we were told on the radio show the money's on Guam.
Oh yeah.
Well, you know what? Remember last week when the director called, he said he was heading over to some conference and he was
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
work on that. Whatever that meant as far as
Yeah.
getting the grant redone again, and then we just got to wait to see where we fall in priority.
You know, with
Right,
all the
and
money that hit
More
the
likely
island.
than not, they're not going to give you a $15 million check.
Oh no.
Me personally, I think the Trump administration is going to limit grants for state veteran cemeteries, not federal veteran cemeteries,
For
but state veteran
Yes.
cemeteries. They'll tell the states, territories, your cemetery, you fix it.
That's
You
right.
spend your money to do it.
I mean, the money spent down there and the money that was made available, and what do they call it when you got money in the account and then you don't use it?
Lapse funds, would
Lapse.
you say?
Lapse funds. We could have built another 9/11 monument for the boys, you know? Yeah, we could have put,
Right, but-
or at least given them a bigger hand so they could build a bigger monument or something.
Well,
you know?
the problem with government, any government, is they'll give you the money. You'll take the money. That's just normal. That's human beings. You take the money. But then the
Yep.
problem is we were supposed to move that office to the old legislative building years ago.
Yeah.
We were told that years ago. We didn't move there.
Yeah.
Public health is there.
Well, when I went
So it's
down to
more-
see it, Tom, there's no
Sure.
way public health's going to move out, and that,
Right.
and it would be a stupid gesture on the veterans office to do it anyway because, yeah, Guam owns the building, but they don't own the land,
Right.
and that's
and
the
the
expense.
idea is when people talk, you got to back it up. And sometimes the veterans may feel they're being lied to by everybody.
They
by
have
everybody.
been. Okay, Tom, listen, we got to take a station identification break. You know the time?
Go
want-
for it, Johnny. You're the man.
No, you the man.
No, you're the man.
Joe?
Yeah, Tom. I want to go ahead and invite you to our ceremony on tomorrow at 8:15. So if you're able to attend, we would be honored to have you participate in our ceremony.
Tom, you're getting a free ticket, man.
Yeah, I got a free ticket one time, and I wound up in Vietnam.
Sign on the dotted line, my
Hey,
son.
this
You're
is, a
right
per-
on the dotted line, Johnny. You and I. You know what I'm saying?
this is a personal invitation to you, Tom Devlin. So go to the ceremony.
And,
Yeah, what she said.
and we'll be on the outside looking in, waving at you.
Wait a
Okay.
minute. We might
Well,
be
you-
invited to the ceremony.
Don't count your chickens. We got to donate to the monument fund first.
All
Right,
right,
Charlie?
I'll talk to everybody later and try
Later.
to find out where my $15 million is.
Okay, I'm sorry I kind
As
of
soon as we
misplaced it.
find out, we'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Have a good one, everybody.
All right, we're going to
Sounds
take a
good, Tom.
station
Thank you.
station identification break. 5 minutes, we'll be back again. Hang on.
Think you got what it takes to win? Tune in every Friday on Wave 105 FM with Patty Arroyo for the Hilton Trivia Challenge. Test your knowledge and you can score dinner for two at the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa. It's brought to you by the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa only on Wave 105 FM. Time is running out to join us for the first ever Run for Wishes. It's all going down Saturday, September 13th at the Leo Palace Resort. There's still a chance to register or volunteer and be a part of something truly special. Every step, every smile helps bring hope and makes dreams come true for children in Guam and the CNMI. Don't miss this moment. Make a weekend out of it by booking our Run Weekend Stay Special. Visit Leo Palace's Facebook and Instagram today for more information. And we'll see you at the Run for Wishes at the Leo Palace Resort.
Hafade Guausi Pali Suba. Don't forget to catch the bright side every weekday afternoon from 2 to 6 on Wave 105. From big laughs to big issues, if it's happening on island, we're breaking it down with island leaders, business owners, and you. I want to send so much love to our sponsors, Micropack, Local Jerk, GTA, Sherwin-Williams Paint, Chili's, and Subway. Take a break from all of that shade and join the bright side on Wave 105.
Half a day at Wave 105 FM. We want to talk. We want to talk about the things that are important to our island and our community, and we want to talk with you. If you want to join the conversation, if you want to chime in, we welcome it. We welcome all points of view, all thoughts, all perspectives. Call or WhatsApp us at 671-922-1051. If that line is busy, then call us at 922-1052. This is Talk for Everyone. Thanks for listening to Wave 105 FM, the talk of Guam.
Think you've got what it takes to win? Tune in every Friday on Wave 105 FM with Patty Arroyo for the Hilton Trivia Challenge. Test your knowledge and you can score dinner for two at the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa. It's brought to you by the Hilton Guam Resort and Spa only on Wave 105 FM.
Buenas and off a day, it's Damon Michael, your GDOE PIO. Make sure you tune in every Friday at 10 a.m. for our agency's Educuento series, where we give you the latest and greatest from the Department of Education.
Pat's Tinting and Detailing offers premier services from complete interior cleaning and VIP detailing. And to keep you cool, Pat's also offers factory, ceramic, blacked out, and based-approved auto tinting. For more information, call 647-SLAM.
One pill can kill. Fake pills often contain fentanyl. It only takes 2 milligrams of fentanyl, equivalent to a few grains of salt, to be lethal. Fake pills are often sold on social media platforms, making them available to anyone with a smartphone.
Talk early and often to youth about the dangers of misusing prescription drugs and the lethal dangers of counterfeit drugs laced with fentanyl.
Stay informed, stay safe. One pill can kill.
This public service announcement is brought to you by the radio stations of Glimpses Media Group, Wave 105 FM, and Power 98.
We're excited to announce that we're hiring for a variety of positions with some of Guam's most recognized and respected brands, including Coca-Cola, Foremost, Chili's, Glimpses of Guam, Subway, Good to Go, and Cinnabon. Whether you're just starting out or looking to take the next step in your career, there's something here for everyone. Explore current opportunities and apply today at applynowguam.com. Your next great opportunity is just a click away.
Political status impacts almost every aspect of our lives on Guam, but many are unaware of our right to self-determination and decolonization. What does it mean and how can it improve our quality of life? Join the conversation, ask some questions, and learn more about your right to self-determination and the 3 legitimate political status options for Guam. Tune in to Challenge the Status Quo every Monday from 10 a.m. to noon on Wave 105.1 FM, presented in partnership with the Commission on Decolonization and Glimpses Media.
Get double the speed at zero extra cost with GTA Fiber. Experience super fast and reliable fiber internet speeds, now starting at 200 Mbps to 1 gig, with upload speeds just as fast as download speeds and 100 times faster than cable internet. You can enjoy lag-free gaming and clear video calls. Fast is also affordable. Sign up for Fiber 200 for only $70 a month. Visit gta.net or call 644-4482. Terms and conditions apply.
The views and opinions expressed in this show are that of the show hosts, guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff and management of Wave 105 FM, Glimpses Media, or any of our partners. As we strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105 FM, the sound of Guam. Enjoy the show.
No matter where you're at, no matter what time frame you listen to that,
Exactly,
it's
boy. But that's
He was dancing to that music this morning.
running through the jungle. Helicopters coming in, hot and heavy. Guys jumping out, landing on their head. That was me.
Oh yeah.
Okay, where were we? We're back to Joe. You're gonna have to leave us in a little while,
Yeah.
in about
Yeah.
30 minutes.
Yep.
So let's finish this up because it sounds so exotic.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, the Rotary Club of Northern Guam broke ground back in 2003, and that was when we, for the initial project was a Peace Memorial monument only, and we had decided to expand that after the tragic events. So then when you look at the monument up at Two Lovers Point, you'll see the icons of 9/11. You'll have the Twin Towers, you'll have the Laddie Stone there. On the granite floor, you're going to see the Pentagon, and you're going to see the forest of Pennsylvania. Surrounded by the granite floor are bricks that we have for purchase. So you can commemorate, you can honor, you can pay respects to whomever that the loved ones that either perished or were heroes of 9/11 with the global war on terrorism. And our ceremony is a wreath laying ceremony, and we start the ceremony thanks to the Guam Fire Department and Homeland Security to Airport Fire, where they assemble over at Digital Fire Station. And we have the motorcycle community of Guam will escort the first responders, the fire engine, the vehicles. They'll leave Digital Fire Station at about 8:30. They'll run their sirens and their lights. We call that the parade of lights. They'll leave and then arrive at Two Lovers Point with their sirens blaring, with motorcycles revving, and they'll end up over at Two Lovers Point. We'll start the ceremony after that by tolling the bell at 8:46, and that signifies the first plane crash into the tower. Yeah. And then after that, we start our program, and we we have invited the military leadership, government leadership, the firefighters, first responders, and we always want to focus on first responders and the military because they were much more affected, and this is our way to share, the moment and to, pay our respects that way, pay tribute. And for us to go through the ceremony, we have the leadership present, and then we have wreaths. beautiful reefs that we've had made up. We always get it from Heaven Sent, and of course, the Rotary Club of Northern Guam has a reef to present from Rotary, and then after that, we signify peace. So we'll present a reef for peace, and then we have another wreath for the Twin Towers, and then there's going to be a reef dedicated to Pentagon. And then the last reef is dedicated to Shawshankville, Pennsylvania.
So this isn't open to the public, though.
You know, it's because we don't have the capacity to handle the transportation for a big crowd. We're able to handle about 100, 150 people, and we have canopies and we have chairs for that many. And we're a club of 22, 23 members, and for us to open it up to the public, we want to be good hosts. We want to be able to handle the capacity. We want to be able to transport you from the parking field on the bottom to go up to the top. Right. There's only so many accessible parking, and there, you know, we prepare for rain, but we wish and dream and pray for sun.
Yes.
Right. And because
this is where I think the government should got involved. And you know, giving you a shuttle gurney, what do they call those things for the
transportation buses or
things like that.
And you know, we've coordinated that. We've had like, for example, the Sabaki Tower is going to help us with the van that'll help transport from the parking field on the bottom. And you know, what we want to do is plan for the 25th anniversary for next year, and you know, collaborate with different nonprofit veteran organizations to help plan for opening up to the public, because you know, it's our dream to have every veteran share this moment with us, and to participate in our ceremony, and to witness what this all means, because each person has a different perspective on.
Well, what time do you recommend that those invited guests be at the parking lot, the lower end parking lot?
At 8 o'clock. Yeah.
8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And ceremony starts at 8:30.
And the ceremony will start at 8:30. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
And you know what? And one of the things that, you know, I do have to say, and I am super proud of being part of the Northern Guam as well. I'm part of the Rotary of Northern Guam.
Are. Yeah.
But I haven't been able to participate because, you know, usually we hold the meetings on Wednesday, and so I'm here at the station with you. But one of the things that I am proud of.
Sorry, Joe.
No, but I just want to say to Joe and all the members and everything that they do, not only with this event, but you know, it takes a lot of coordination. It takes a lot of fundraising events.
Right.
It takes a lot of sustainable, you know, things as getting a shuttle from the Subaki, and we have a member who works there. So there's a lot of things that happen that are all internal. But I mean, the work that Joe and your committees and everybody just puts, it's just unbelievable. Remember, it's all volunteer work, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's always for the good. And I really just want to say thank you for everything that you and all the members do. Honestly, it's really impactful for those that are really connected for not only for 9/11, but you know, throughout the year they also do other, hold other events like cleaning up, baseball fields, working with the elementary schools. I mean, there's so much that is done.
Right. I was just going to ask, since you have the monument up there, do you guys do anything special for like Memorial Day or Veterans Day?
It's just the 9/11 event, you know, and you know,
that's big enough.
That's big enough, and
it is.
And you know, we can only expand to have events. I mean, the monument is available.
Start planning right after tomorrow, because the VFW, we do the 4th of July down at EPOW.
Yeah.
And as soon as we're already in our July, August, September, we're already in our second month of planning for our next 4th of July. And I learned that from a great mind, Brian Miranda, that you want to start something and make it successful, start it now. Plan now.
Yeah.
Collaborate with all these other people that can help you out.
And Joe, so as far as events for tomorrow, what else? I mean, so 8:46 will be the
8:46 is when we'll formally start. Yeah, we're told that, and then, you know, we have this year for the first year after we start off the program. We will have a four-way test, which is part of Rotary's motto. And we had the E-Club of Pago Bay, Guam conduct an essay contest with the high school.
Oh,
so
really?
There's winners. What does the four-way test mean to me?
Yeah.
And then the winners will be announced at our event. So that's a first for us. And so there's going to be 3 winners that'll be announced. And then we have, of course, the leadership that will participate in laying the reefs. So we'll have those 5 reefs. And then one that gives me goosebumps every year is sounding of the sirens. So we'll have a moment of silence, and then all the fire engines and the first responder vehicles will turn on their sirens, and then that'll be on for a minute. And
Okay, Joe. I mean, I don't mean to interrupt
Sure.
you, but we got a caller on the line, and I don't know if it's in reference to the festivity tomorrow.
Okay.
So, Steve, are you still there, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what you got for us?
I just want to say thank you for the effort that they're providing for public safety. I retired from the Guam Police Department, and I was still here in Guam when that happened.
Uh-huh.
But, I really appreciate what you guys are doing. And I think this is the time that if sensors will be there, why don't they declare September Public Safety Month? Because we have the Veterans Month, right? And this is, I think,
that's right.
an opportunity for our senators, instead of abolishing agencies, right?
Yeah.
To probably establish a Public Safety Month for September. Because, I can safely say that I was in Afghanistan in 2011 when they captured Bin Laden. And that was a great feeling. And the whole chow hall was, you can just see the joy of our fellow veterans that were there at that time when it was announced that Bin Laden was captured. And I just want to say thank you again. I don't want to commemorate it, but we're just going to have to remember it because we lost a lot of lives.
Yeah, we
and
certainly did.
during that time frame. And, us commemorating, celebrating, we're just giving more teeth for the terrorists to do more stuff like that so that people can celebrate it. And that's not the right time to say that we're celebrating. We just probably remember the fallens that we have, our public safety, the law enforcement personnel, the fire department, and all that, and all people that died, and the families. And I think it would be wise, it would be nice for our senators, whoever's listening, to establish Public Safety Month for September, because May is taken, right, for Veterans Month.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, this is an opportunity for especially whoever in charge of the public safety, right?
That'd be a great suggestion to
Introduce a
bring
bill.
up.
Introduce a bill to make September the Public Safety Month.
Well, Stephen, once you become senator, after you become elected, number 13 on the left side, we'll hope to get a picture in.
You know what, Johnny?
What?
Today, that's why I cannot forget 9/11, because today my wife and I are celebrating our 35th year anniversary.
Oh,
the day
well,
before 9/11.
congratulations.
Congratulations to you and Liz.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. And I retired. Also, this day also marked my 3rd year as a retired public servant. That was my only gift that I've given to my wife. So if I want to retire, I want to give something to my wife that she will cherish. Also acknowledge the support that she has provided me while being in the Guam Police Department for 31 years. And also being a military serviceman for 23 years. And
well, Steve, is she retired? Is Liz retired now?
Yeah, she retired before me, 2019. So,
okay.
I think that was a priceless gift that I can ever, no money can probably surpass or even compared to what I've given her, a retirement letter.
There you go.
I stayed up late that night. She was asking where you've been. So, I'm drafting my retirement letter. She didn't believe me until I showed. I said, I'm going to retire on September 10th. September 10th, we will celebrate at that time was our 32nd birthday, 32nd wedding anniversary.
Oh,
and also came from the best.
Well,
best
if you want to
Department Academy.
if you really want to enjoy your retirement, stop talking and take her to lunch. It's 11 o'clock. I'm sure she's hungry because I am. And one day we're going to have to go out to lunch together.
Yes, I'll give you a call probably this week. But again, thank you for what you guys are doing, and remind the senators, especially the one person that's in charge of public safety.
Yes.
Create a bill.
Right.
Make September a public safety month.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see you later.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, Steve.
I may just decide to vote for him. Well,
Okay.
I'm not gearing towards voting for that guy because they love to abolish agency that cannot perform their job.
Liz is hungry. Stop talking, Stephen. You're retired now.
Yes.
All right.
But you know, Johnny.
Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. I just wanted to say that Police Chief Ignacio and the command staff will participate in our ceremony, and you have their first responder vehicles that are participating also. So we're very much honored to have them join us every year.
And so and after this one, I mean, can I throw it out?
Sure.
Joe, what can the veteran community do to support this moving forward? Maybe something next year, but I think that, however, we can help.
Yeah.
I think it will go a long way as well.
Yeah, I mean, we can definitely collaborate so that we can get enough volunteers to handle. We just need to run logistics, like, okay, who's going to chase down canopies and chairs, and the light refreshments, and just organizing logistics. So it's communities like that. It's help like that.
That's where you work with the VFW, Purple Heart, VVE, all these guys that wannabes.
Right.
You tell them, come on out. You got, of course, I'm too old for that. Put up a tent and run around and
But there's they can
But we have
do
grandchildren.
monetary donation.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But also there's a cleaning, prepping it up, getting it ready, just making sure. I mean, the logistics, and it's all done by the by the committee and all the members of the
Two Lovers Point. That's privately owned, right?
Yes, it is, and the monument is located in the center. So you have Two Lovers, of course, on the ocean side, and then the property that they donated to have the monument is in the middle. So when you drive up to go around, then you'll definitely see it on the left side.
Right on the left side,
you can't miss it. It has a sign that says Northern Guam, and then there's a sign on display next to the monument that tells you what you see, what is it about, and we have it in different languages because we know that this is a tourist destination.
Right.
So we have it in 3 other foreign languages too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
it'll be interesting if again, not over speaking, but it'll be interesting if we can open it up a little bit more to the public in the future, because I know as people hear about the ceremony and the monument, there's some folks that still show up. And just they stand in this the side, but
of course,
but still, it would be interesting to see how the support. But definitely, there needs to be a little bit more support,
and
so that
there's nothing from stopping people to come up and witness the ceremony. They just won't be underneath the canopy. I mean, Right.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, we want to be very good hosts, and we try to accommodate as many people that show up, and we have the 5 canopies to put chairs underneath. And
I think this whole thing should be incorporated with the veterans, because there was 3,300 people that passed away on that particular day.
Yeah.
Counting all the 3 airplanes, 4 airplanes. And then Pentagon.
Yeah, that's right.
Up in New York City, the woods.
Yeah.
A lot of people affected. But the main thing was, the whole feeling was around the world.
Yeah, it was. Definitely
I was shaken.
Yeah.
I was literally shaken.
It affected us all the way over here.
And of course, you have military personnel that was most impacted, but you have other first responders, the firefighters
we
that were
lost
there.
a lot of brothers.
And then had a lot of security, whether it's Homeland Security or the FBI agents that were participating in that. And so we invite and we try to have everybody in the community. TSA was created after 9/11, so we just try to get TSA personnel to come up and join us in the ceremony, and to just have the vehicles. I mean, we even ask the pilots as well as United Airlines, because Pennsylvania it was United Airlines,
Yes, it was.
and I think it was also the South Tower that was a United Airlines plane. So they participate every year. The flight attendants and the pilots participate. So
they lost co-workers.
Yeah, they did. So we know, and we think about the memorial. And speaking of the memorial, we were able to get a USA flag that was flown over 9/11 Memorial in New York City. So we have that. And we always we fly that every 9/11, so we have that on display. So it was back in July of 2023 that it was flown over. So we're proudly flying that every year.
24 years ago.
Yeah. 24 years ago.
That's a lot
Yeah.
of years.
And Johnny, you ask, why does it matter today? 24 years later, and it's about everybody in the Pacific, even around the world,
were all affected.
All affected, and for Rotary, we want to be able to share peace. We want to be able to promote the peace, and we also want to, provide the next generation with
a little hope,
and then educating them.
Right.
Yeah.
Many of them are not familiar with 9/11. They were born afterwards, and
Right.
we want to be able to provide that, and that's one of the ways why we're involving the high school students in this contest, this essay contest, so they can
Nice.
participate, and then they're familiar with 9/11. So it's not about the monument; it's about
Right.
the commemoration and
Right.
what it all stands for. So
Of
we want
course.
to provide that opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
but that just having the monument brings it all out.
Yeah, it
You
sure
know,
does.
Really, it really makes you really feel it when you
Yeah.
see that monument.
Yeah, and then when you go through the program, at 8:46 when they ring the bell,
Right.
it's very symbolic. It's
Symbolic.
very
Yeah.
just it kind of brings you back to that day.
Especially to the firefighters.
Yeah.
Like
the
I was.
firefighters. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a firefighter, once the house bell goes off, you don't know if you're coming home.
Yeah.
Once
so-
you hit the truck and you're out the door, you don't know what to expect. You don't know if you're coming back or what. It could be a bomb threat. It could be a house on fire, and to commemorate those souls is very symbolic.
Yeah, so to the veterans, for anyone who participated in the global war on terrorism, we definitely want to honor and to pay tribute to those lives perished and
Right.
to the heroes of the global war on terrorism. And our monument, the Rotary Club of Northern Guam's monument over at Two Lovers Point is a way for you to have that solemn tribute. You could go to the monument anytime during the hours of I think it's like 9 to 7 p.m.
Right.
And then we have benches so you could spend some time there. Yeah.
Well, we definitely want to thank your organization for making this
Absolutely.
come to fruition, and now you're celebrating 10 years into this effort.
Yes, yeah.
And so
It's our
all
pleasure.
22 of you. Is that 22, 23?
It's already 23.
23. That's
23.
not even a platoon.
Not
No,
even.
and it takes a village to put all of
Yeah.
this thing together.
Yeah,
certainly
you'll
does.
see like a past president Ed. He's a escort, bell ringer,
Man of many
MC.
faces.
They all wear multiple hats. It's really
Oh, I'm
truly
sure.
amazing from a
And
logistical
Well,
with that
standpoint.
small
To make it more
organization-
enjoyable is to give up some of that responsibility. VFW, can you handle this? Purple Heart, can you handle this?
HMI.
HMI,
Yeah.
can you handle this?
Wonderful.
And to have them step up to it, because it's such an honorable thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such an honorable thing.
Yeah,
Well,
invite them to your meetings once you start putting this together.
Okay, we'll do.
Well, Joe, thank you for coming by, and I applaud you and the efforts of your platoon.
All right. Yeah, it's our pleasure. The fellow Rotarians with Northern Guam and with the other Rotary clubs here on the island, we definitely
Oh,
want
there's
to
more
be able
clubs
to.
of you?
Yeah, there's 5 clubs on the island. So there's
Oh,
the
wow, I
Guam
didn't know
Club,
that.
there's the Tumon Bay Club, there's the Guam Sunrise Club, and then there's the E Club of Pago Bay.
Is
and
that
then,
like the Chamber of Commerce Club?
So it's,
That's different.
That's
well,
totally different?
yeah, Rotary is an organization of professionals that put their skills together to
Right.
volunteer
Very
and
well
serve
put.
and serve the community, and they focus on projects that that help out our island community. So we're
Well,
doing
anytime
this.
you want to come back
Yeah.
and advertise or let us know there's
Okay.
a function coming on,
All right.
feel welcome to come on.
All
Joe.
right.
You have,
Thank
you
you very
have an
much.
age limit, right, for being a Rotarian?
No, not anymore.
Because I know from before,
Yeah.
it's an age limit.
There's an age limit before, but not anymore. I mean, so we have like 18 to above, and they're mainly from college, right? So there's Rotaractors, right?
Right.
So we have that. So the Rotaract Club of the Marianas has those, and then we have interactors. So we have high school students that get involved in Rotary.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
supposedly
Yeah.
we got 31
Our
local
granddaughter was a Rotaractor.
Excuse me.
Ariel.
31 nonprofit
Okay.
local veterans organizations.
Oh, wow.
31.
Wow.
But and also maybe Joe, maybe plug when you meet And even just to attend one of the
Yeah.
meetings,
Sure.
you kind of see the mission of
Yeah.
what it is to be
Why
a
not?
Rotarian, and
Yeah, so Northern Guam meets every first and second Wednesday over at the Hilton at Roy's Lounge over at the Hilton Resort. So, so we're open to talk about that, and whenever we have the meetings for planning our 9/11 wreath laying ceremony, we'll definitely come back on.
Okay.
So when
Well,
you
thank
have a
very
big
much.
thing like this happening, do
Yeah.
you get the other Rotary Club involved, or it's just you guys that's doing it?
So we for this year we were able to get together with the E Club of Pago Bay so they can take care of the essay contest, and it's again capacity, right? So it's like
Right.
okay, so it's like my energy and my spare time. I do
Right.
have a day job, so
Right.
it's just a matter of trying to work with everybody to organize the event, and it's time to expand because we've always just worked with our members at Northern Guam, and
You're getting old. You
Yeah.
need younger participants.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else.
Yeah.
We're getting old. You need younger participants.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Joe, thank you once
Yeah.
again. Anytime you feel free, give us a call at least a day ahead of time.
yeah,
We'll
thank
put
you.
slip you in.
It's
you,
been a
okay?
pleasure being on the air. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay.
yeah, thank you very much, Joe.
And at this time, we're going to take another 5-minute break for station identification. This is the Guam Vet Talk Show, and Johnny saying stand by. We'll be right back.
KGUM FM. Dedido. The talk of Guam is Wave 105 FM.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. The Justice Department has charged a man with the stabbing death of a Ukrainian refugee on a North Carolina commuter train. CBS's Matt Piper.
U.S. Attorney for North Carolina Russ Ferguson says while the incident occurred on August 22nd, the surveillance video from the train was only just recently released.
The surveillance video was obtained from the train, and that's really what gave us the basis for federal charges here.
He says the victim, Irina Zaretska, fled to Charlotte after living in a bomb shelter in Ukraine.
I'm here today to announce that we're going to supplement those state charges with federal charges. These federal charges will go alongside the murder case in state court. We hope that they will ensure justice for Irna, for her family, and for the whole Charlotte community.
Matt Piper, CBS News.
President Trump says he was not notified about the Israeli strike on Hamas leaders in Qatar ahead of time and will give a full statement tomorrow on it. CBS's Aaron Navarro.
We learned that President Trump, in addition to calling Netanyahu, also talked to the Emir and Prime Minister of Qatar after the attack. And from Caroline Levitt, she said that Trump assured them an attack on their soil would not happen again.
The UN Security Council, according to diplomatic sources, will hold an emergency meeting tomorrow. Hamas says 5 of its members were killed, and Israel's prime minister defends the strike, saying he believes it may finally pave the way toward lasting peace. President Trump has told the European Union to impose tariffs on China and India of up to 100% as part of an effort to put pressure on Russia to end its war with Ukraine. It was first reported by the Financial Times. In Long Beach, California, a lot of shipping containers are where they should not be. CBS's Adam Yamaguchi.
The Coast Guard says more than 60 shipping containers fell off a cargo ship, leaving a mess of boxes in the water here in Long Beach. Fireboat using water cannons to use the force of water to keep those boxes from drifting off into areas of the port where there still is traffic.
The vessel arrived at Long Beach from southern China. The incident is under investigation. A new study looks at obesity in children. CBS's Michael Wallace.
A new UNICEF report says 1 in 10 school-aged children are obese. The agency's Harriet Torles says governments have to stop the spread of the ultra-processed foods causing that malnutrition.
Prohibiting marketing of these unhealthy foods and beverages to children.
She says if they don't, obesity will become an even bigger economic burden when today's children become adults.
By the year 2035, a staggering $4 trillion will be incurred by overweight and obesity.
Michael Wallace, CBS News.
A Michigan judge tosses a case against 15 accused fake electors for President Trump in 2020. Charges were brought by the state's Democratic Attorney General over 2 years ago. This is CBS News.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
In London, plans to rein in rickshaws after numerous complaints. CBS correspondent Vicki Barker has more.
Loud music blaring from a pedicab or rickshaw in the London night. The garishly decorated, brightly lit vehicles are a draw for tourists who, all too often, critics say, are presented with an eye-watering bill after a hair-raising ride. Now, London transport officials have outlined their proposals to get unsafe rickshaws off the streets and to institute a single, transparent pricing system. For their part, rickshaw drivers say lowering prices too much might force them off the road for good. Vicki Barker, CBS News, London.
The Conjuring: Last Rites creeps its way toward a box office win for horror. The sequel raked in $83 million domestically, making it the third highest domestic opening for a scary movie. It's now the largest horror opening internationally with $104 million. Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News.
It just works. Wave 105 FM.
When you owe more than your vehicle is worth. This is Jeff Gilbert with the Car Chronicles. Edmunds.com Director of Insights Ivan Drury says about a quarter of loans are, as they say, underwater. Part of it is because people were paying full freight for vehicles during the chip shortage.
A lot of these loans are centered around 2, 3, 4-year-old vehicles. What happened then? Higher MSRPs, people fighting over cars.
Then there are high interest rates, meaning little principal is paid off in the first few years of a loan.
You couple that together with the heavy prevalence of 6 and 7-year loans. That's actually the majority of loans out there today are 6 and 7s.
Drury says this is leading to a lot of people keeping their vehicles longer, or in some cases doing some very difficult math when they buy something new. They might actually have to purchase something more expensive so they can fold all of that debt into a new loan. With the Car Chronicles, I'm Jeff Gilbert, CBS News.
Here's why restaurants like Chili's and Cheesecake Factory are beating McDonald's and Chipotle at their own game. I'm Jeff Colvin of Fortune magazine with the Fortune Business Update. Consumers are tightening their belts and eating out less frequently, but sit-down restaurants like Chili's, Olive Garden, and Cheesecake Factory are thriving because they're delivering more value for about the same price as fast food. Chipotle and Cava both missed Wall Street forecasts for the latest quarter, and Wendy's CEO says the chain was not happy with its sales performance. But an industry consultant says at sit-down chains, consumers can get substantial portions that can create leftovers for the family, which creates real value. When fast food now feels expensive, the relative jump to casual dining seems more justifiable. Another key differentiator, at the sit-down chains, unlike the fast food chains, you can get alcohol. I'm Jeff Colvin.
The views and opinions expressed in this show are that of the show host, guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff and management of Wave 105 FM, Glimpses Media, or any of our partners. As we strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105 FM, the sound of Guam. Enjoy the show. Welcome to Vet Talk here on Wave 105.1 FM. We're about to get started here in the show, but of course, we got to thank our friends over at BKU Rule. Don't forget to check them out. You can get yourself a delicious Whopper. And while you're at it, vote for them for Pika's Best Burger. That's right, our friends over at BKU Rule in Hagåtña, Tumon, the Micro Mall, and the airport. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned into Vet Talk here on Wave 105.1 FM. Let the show begin.
The 26th MU, the Marine Expeditionary Unit.
Not everybody on the air has got that.
Sorry.
Antidote.
Oh, sorry. No, absolutely. Thank you for pointing that out,
Good,
Johnny.
I didn't know what you meant.
Yeah. But so one of the things that we picked up in August, and we were on the ready, on call, and then 9/11 hit. So obviously, my family lives in New York, and I have a lot of friends in New York, family members,
That
longtime
touched
best
you
friends.
right on the button.
I mean, it hit home in all the sense of that, and I could not reach anybody because the phone lines went down.
Yeah, right.
And so then we got called into our an office. They put the TV on. They gave us a glimpse of what was happening in New York. They turned out the TV, and then they put the mission plan. And so they gave us the mission. And originally, our mission was to go to New York and support the relief efforts.
Mhm.
And I couldn't get a hold of my parents. My dad worked in the city. And so it was just like one of those things, the unknown. And
Right.
I couldn't believe that I was going back to New York in this sort of situation. So we went to we were all staged up, ready to go, both on the flight line and over to get on board some of the ships that came into North Carolina, and they were going to take us up to New York. And after about maybe 3 to 4 days, they told us to stand down, and then we received new orders to head on.
Iraq.
We had to proceed on to the Med. So we went to Spain. We did an exercise in Egypt. We picked up some gear. We kind of fleshed things out, and then we headed over to Pakistan, and we were there until about the middle of October, and then we went in with General Mattis as the first phase into Afghanistan.
Well, did you lose any close comrades or people that you knew? Anybody?
I lost a lot of friends that I went to high school with.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes, both that were working in the tower and firemen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so that was very tragic, and things started, and then also. One of my close friends from grammar school that I grew up with, her and we went to grammar school together. She was a phenomenal swimmer, and so was her brother. Her brother was a phenomenal swimmer, but went to college, wasn't really the thing for him. So took a couple of different paths, but then ended up getting a job with the carpenter union at the towers. 9/11 was his first day of work.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he was excited. He was just ready to do everything he can. He finally got accepted into the union after going through an apprenticeship program, and he ended up passing. He ended up perishing in that.
So sad.
And so you hear a lot of those stories, but and then off we went, and then from there on, like Joe was saying, if you look at what happened in 9/11, it reshaped.
Oh, yeah.
It reshaped
Yeah.
the way we saw the world.
Yes, it was a domino effect all over the world.
We lived right on the flight line for the airport here.
Mm-hmm.
And, we get up in the morning. I had a little table set out. We have coffee and smoke cigarettes before I go to work, or because we get up early. And the thing was, it was so eerie quiet.
Yeah.
For the following days, just
Yeah.
eerie quiet.
For a whole week, there were no flights going in and out of Guam due to 9/11. And I was working for the airlines back then. And so it affected us in a way that we never thought was going to, it was going to affect us, because it caused us to downsize. And there was a lot of employees that lost their jobs after 9/11 because of the downsizing. And that was a very difficult time for us. I mean, prior to 9/11, we had this big conference where everybody from the islands and came together, and we had this big plan on things that were going to happen for the airline, and all of that had been canceled. It was no more.
Right. And I mean, it just changed the whole balance in the world,
it
right?
Did.
I mean,
it did.
And then the war kicked off in Afghanistan, and then Iraq kicked off in 2003. And I remember right before I was able to take off, I was able to get a hold of my best friend John, and he was like, is everything okay? I told him everything was okay. I said, are you okay? I said, I can't get a hold of my parents. I can't get a hold of my brother. I said, please, this is going to be my last phone call before we take off. Can you just please relay that I will try to get them a hold, but just let me know how, see if everybody's okay. And then hung up, and then didn't hear from me for about maybe a week or two until I was able to, relay the message back, and they said my parents were okay, everybody was good, and then off we went. And then, if you think about that, from 2001 all the way to the end of the Afghanistan pullout, which was another tragic event, and then finalizing everything that we did in Iraq and all that. So, 21, 22, 20 plus 23 years of war that we've been through.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the longest running war ever.
And so all the sacrifices, that now we, bringing that back home now, right? Just think about, because you were right, Johnny. I mean, during that time frame, I think it was the highest rate of people. I mean, people were coming back that had gone, they got out of the military. They were like re-enlisting again.
Yes, they were.
Right?
Phenomenal.
Yes. We had, when I came back in 2004, I was in D.C. At the headquarters, and unfortunately, not unfortunately, but there was a Marine who was about 55. I mean, I think he was close to 60, between 55 or 60. But he had white hair, and I looked at his rank, and he was a private. Right?
He just joined.
Yeah, right. And I was like,
there was no age limit at that time.
And so I asked one of his officers in charge. I asked one of the it was a staff NCO. I said, hey, listen, what's going on with that Marine? He looks a little old, and he's a freaking private, And he said, he was a deserter. From the Vietnam War.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yes. And so, there's there's a running list of deserters who, and obviously that's a crime, right?
Yes.
Right.
And so he gave himself up. Upon 9/11 happening, he gave himself up, and he turned himself into the to the Marine Corps. And obviously, but what his payback was, because he was already almost close to 55 or between that age, they started him off as a private, and then he was in service for the time that he needed to serve for his his commitment that he never fulfilled.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was, so he, he was like a private. He had the digital camis, white hair.
That happened in my time, boy. That was it. You deserter. You just put him up against the wall.
Yeah.
You 4 guys come over here and shoot him.
but yeah, so the patriotism really, was in full force.
Yeah.
Well, our son,
Yeah.
our son-in-law was working at DOC at the time, and he said that all the young guys that are incarcerated for minor stuff and stuff, they said, "Give me a chance, get out. I'm going to enlist. I don't care, Army, Navy, where do you want to go, Marine Corps, anything." But they at that time they honored their wishes.
Yeah. I think they should bring that back. I think they should bring that back where the judge gives them the option, like
right, join the military, go to jail.
Yeah, depending on what the infraction is, right? But I think I think if you look at the rate, the percentage rate, it's a lot higher of those who committed a crime, went to the military, and then they did a phenomenal career, 25 years, 30 years,
right,
and really changed their life around.
Yes,
I don't know. I think we should bring that back.
And we got the historian from Malesso in Rahan. See Joe Malik. Joe Malik, you got yo?
Yeah,
man.
What's up?
Man, I bush cut the cemetery.
What cemetery? Hello, Joe?
The veteran cemetery.
Oh, the veteran cemetery.
When did you go there?
I bush cut the front. Oh, there's only one guy, I think it was Monday. There's only one guy riding the side by side and a bush cutter.
Uh-huh.
Man, we need people to help out and bush cut the. That is a huge area.
Uh-huh.
All the way to the back.
Yes. We know that, Joe, but the other Joe St. Augustine's off island. He took off. He had to go to a convention or something.
There's a lady that came over, and I think she's doing exercise. And the official, the guy with the side by side and a bush cutter too. He took the top, the very end on the top.
Uh-huh.
And I told him, I took the entrance, the gate, and the top pool, both sides.
Well, on behalf of a grateful nation, Joe, I want to thank you very much for your service. And if you need gas, let me know, and I'll buy you gas and a whip. Do you need whip?
No, I'm prepared to do this.
Okay.
I told you guys last week, Wednesday,
Uh-huh.
that I'm gonna bush cut the cemetery.
Okay.
So I did it for 2 days. The entrance, if you go down to the entrance, the gate, and the top pool, both sides of the top pool.
Well, so so Joe, you just did it.
Monday, he
Yeah,
said.
because I told Donnie and Bobby last week that I'm gonna go and bush cut. So
I think
did
you
it for
should be
2 days.
rewarded.
Thank you so much for
Yeah, no,
doing
thank
that,
you very
Joe.
much, Joe.
I mean,
Absolutely.
And on behalf of a grateful nation, we thank you wholeheartedly. But I think that we should give you something or get you something, gas, whip, or
Yes,
something.
I got the VA medical, and I got an appointment to go up to see Buck next week.
Avatonomo?
Follow up medication for my diabetic.
Okay. And you're out there in the
I'll
hot
be seeing
sun bush cutting?
Dr. Cruz. Hey, and another thing, I received a letter from. Hold on a second for 1 minute.
Okay.
I received a letter from Vietnam. The veterans. It's
It's unfortunate that it has to come to this, right?
Yes, it is.
That
It is.
we have.
it came from. Get the address. Ugat? Is that Ugat?
Ugat?
EU. let me read it. I mean, spell it. Let me say so. Papa, uniform, golf, echo, tango.
Puget.
Puget Sound.
Puget Sound, Washington.
Sound, healthcare system.
Yeah. Puget Sound. Alpha?
Trying to get to the other side of this.
Anyway, what did they tell you to do, Joe?
To get a kidney checkup.
Kidney checkup?
Yeah. Hold on. I got a yellow thing. It says amplify the voice of native Hawaiian and other Pacific Islander veterans receiving kidney care.
Uh-huh. Is that enough? Positive, Al?
Are you receiving kidney care, Joe?
Yeah, I've been getting a checkup. I've seen on the group.
Uh-huh. Over at CBOC?
At CBOC, I'm scheduled to see Dr. Cruz on the
Nanganaza.
19th.
Joe Nanganaza.
Actually, this letter is addressed to the native Hawaiian, another Pacific Islanders veteran receiving a kidney care.
Oh, they're looking that they need kidney transplant. You want to donate a kidney? It's not funny. But hey, Ninazio need diabetes, no?
And I got enough kidney. My kidney's not for sale.
Low Joe, you got diabetes?
I'm up to date with my medication.
A yes or B no. You have diabetes, right?
Yeah.
Stay out of the sun because the medication you're going to get is going to give you all blotchy. I'm not joking. You think it's...
Yeah, if
You got-
you're diabetic, it's not
if
good to be
you're
out in the hot
diabetic,
sun.
it's not good to be out in the sun.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Está. You did 2 days in the hot sun already.
Don't hurt yourself, Joe.
Don't worry about. Let the government fix it like they fixed that cemetery up on top of Nimitz Hill, because of the whatever contract was broken. Don't worry, the veterans will take care of the cemetery.
Yeah, but I'm also a veteran, right?
I know you're a veteran. So's
And
so's-
thank you for helping, but you
so's
need
Charlie
to look
and-
after yourself.
so's Bobby. Bobby's in World War.
If-
2 doors
if I-
down.
if I have a chance and it doesn't rain, then and I have free time, I can at least cover the tapu and the entrance.
No, Joe, you got no business down there cutting grass with diabetes and at your age. What's off to no more? Ko Bobby Lumo?
Banana. Half Baba, half Maulik.
Oh, B. Joe, I'm only thinking about your future.
But thank you, Joe, for volunteering.
Yeah.
But really, you need to take care of your health.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, pues
thanks.
Joe, we're up against the hour. It's time again for news, and Charlie's got to leave, and he's going to leave me. Hi, Deez, honey. Okay, this is Guam Vet Talk Show. Johnny, Bobby, and Charlie will be back in 5 minutes.
Have wages caught up with prices? I'm Mark Hamrick with a Bankrate.com Personal Finance Minute. Even after years of strong pay increases, wages still haven't fully caught up with inflation. According to Bankrate's 2025 Wage to Inflation Index, prices have risen 22.7% since early 2021. Wages are up 21.5%, so that leaves a shortfall of 1.2 percentage points. This is progress compared to the worst of it. The gap peaked at nearly 5 points in 2022. Households are paying more than their they're earning back still. Americans are noticing. Bankrate's Consumer Sentiment Survey finds more than half say the economy is on the wrong track. And one likely reason is their pay still hasn't fully recovered from the post-pandemic surge in prices. Is there good news? Perhaps. In industries like retail, healthcare, and hospitality, wages have outpaced inflation. But in areas including education, construction, and manufacturing, paychecks are still falling short. For more, check out Bankrate.com. I'm Mark Hamrick.
Get double the speed at zero extra cost with GTA Fiber. Experience super fast and reliable fiber internet speeds, now starting at 200 Mbps to 1 gig, with upload speeds just as fast as download speeds and 100 times faster than cable internet. You can enjoy lag-free gaming and clear video calls. Fast is also affordable. Sign up for Fiber 200 for only $70 a month. Visit GTA.net or call 644-4482. Terms and conditions apply.
Time is running out to join us for the first ever Run for Wishes. It's all going down Saturday, September 13th at the Leo Palace Resort. There's still a chance to register or volunteer and be a part of something truly special. Every step, every smile helps bring hope and makes dreams come true for children in Guam and the CNMI. Don't miss this moment. Make a weekend out of it by booking our Run Weekend Stay Special. Visit Leo Palace's Facebook and Instagram today for more information. And we'll see you at the Run for Wishes at the Leo Palace Resort.
Bolt your doors, lock your windows, turn off your lights, and come with me into the Weird Darkness. I'm Darren Marlar, the host of Weird Darkness, every Thursday night from 6 to 8 here on Wave 105.1. Every week on Weird Darkness, you'll hear 2 hours of stories of the paranormal, supernatural, legends, lore, crime, conspiracy, mysterious, macabre, unsolved, and unexplained. Weird Darkness, this Thursday night at 6 on Wave 105.1.
Howdy Guam. Yep, it's me, the Guam Guy, and you can catch episodes of my podcast, The Guam Guy Show, not only on YouTube and Spotify, but every Friday at 11 a.m. on Wave 105 FM.
Hapade Guausi Pali Suba. Don't forget to catch The Bright Side every weekday afternoon from 2 to 6 on Wave 105. From big laughs to big issues, if it's happening on island, we're breaking it down with island leaders, business owners, and you. I want to send so much love to our sponsors, Micropack, Local Jerk, GTA, Sherwin-Williams Paint, Chili's, and Subway. Take a break from all of that shade and join The Bright Side on Wave 105.
At Wave 105 FM, we're more than just a station. We're your platform, your voice, your conversation. We're talking about what matters most to you today and in our future. And we want you to be part of it. Got something to say? We're listening. Different opinions? Bring them on. Let's talk, let's debate, let's connect, because every voice counts. Call or WhatsApp us at 671-922-1051. And if that line's busy, hit us up at 922-1052. This is Talk Radio for everyone. This is Wave 105 FM, the Talk of Guam.
Howdy Guam, engage in a conversation made for the veterans of Guam with Johnny and Miss Bobby. We want to hear concerns and comments. Tune in every Wednesday for our new time, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Wave 105, the Talk of Guam.
6 o'clock to 8 o'clock every Friday evening. Join Rand and Jenny Kaufman for The Edge of Heaven, a talk show to take you to the fifth dimension where you find out who you are. What is the purpose of your life? How can your purpose be fulfilled? What motivates you to do what you do? What are you searching for? What keeps you going in your day-to-day life? What is real? Why do you care? Why do you work? Why do you love? Sponsored by Burger King, Jay Goodman, and Asmujao Community School.
When you owe more than your vehicle is worth. This is Jeff Gilbert with the Car Chronicles. Edmunds.com Director of Insights Ivan Drury says about a quarter of loans are, as they say, underwater. Part of it is because people were paying full freight for vehicles during the chip shortage.
A lot of these loans are centered around 2, 3, 4-year-old vehicles. What happened then? Higher MSRPs, people fighting over cars.
Then there are high interest rates, meaning little principal is paid off in the first few years of a loan.
You couple that together with the heavy prevalence of 6- and 7-year loans. That's actually the majority of loans out there today are 6 and 7s.
Drury says this is leading to a lot of people keeping their vehicles longer, or in some cases doing some very difficult math when they buy something new. They might actually have to purchase something more expensive so they can fold all of that debt into a new loan. With the Car Chronicles, I'm Jeff Gilbert, CBS News.
Here's why restaurants like Chili's and Cheesecake Factory are beating McDonald's and Chipotle at their own game. I'm Jeff Colvin of Fortune magazine with the Fortune Business Update. Consumers are tightening their belts and eating out less frequently, but sit-down restaurants like Chili's, Olive Garden, and Cheesecake Factory are thriving because they're delivering more value for about the same price as fast food. Chipotle and Cava both missed Wall Street forecasts for the latest quarter, and Wendy's CEO says the chain was not happy with its sales performance. But an industry consultant says at sit-down chains, consumers can get substantial portions that can create leftovers for the family, which creates real value. When fast food now feels expensive, the relative jump to casual dining seems more justifiable. Another key differentiator, at the sit-down chains, unlike the fast food chains, you can get alcohol. I'm Jeff Colvin.
Have wages caught up with prices? I'm Mark Hamrick with a Bankrate.com Personal Finance Minute. Even after years of strong pay increases, wages still haven't fully caught up with inflation. According to Bankrate's 2025 Wage to Inflation Index, prices have risen 22.7% since early 2021. Wages are up 21.5%, so that leaves a shortfall of 1.2 percentage points. This is progress compared to the worst of it. The gap peaked at nearly 5 points in 2022. Households are paying more than they're earning back still. Americans are noticing. Bankrate's Consumer Sentiment Survey finds more than half say the economy is on the wrong track, and one likely reason is their pay still hasn't fully recovered from the post-pandemic surge in prices. Is there good news? Perhaps. In industries like retail, healthcare, and hospitality, wages have outpaced inflation, but in areas including education, construction, and manufacturing, paychecks are still falling short. For more, check out Bankrate.com. I'm Mark Hamrick.
The views and opinions expressed in this show are that of the show host, guests, and callers. They do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the staff and management of Wave 105 FM, Glimpses Media, or any of our partners. As we strive to provide quality, respectful, and engaging content, we welcome you to participate in the conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Wave 105 FM, the sound of Guam. Enjoy the show.